All talk all day. Ekosiisen jumedi no asugusua utie no ma yenamwase in the last 1 hour 30 minutes of our show. Yen discussion segment no etwa muso in studio a government spokesperson Kofi Tonto ono ewa ha sanso ena Eric Ejay a member of the NDC National Communications Team and Okobono Regional a deputy communications officer for the NDC in the Bono region. Impanyfo mienu ne won eba bedi nkomo Kofi ne hu no ha chama mema Kofi akwaba Kofi boko de
obi nyame adom bibia boko
fantastic
me hu na ache
enye easy
me nua ba ko penso me ba Ghana me hu ja lo a o ye ne adenti no
pressure
na obi na Eric Ejay oye ayiana model ana
ne dressing no
na we call law school called dress say there massa na we law na there na be Ghana law school who suit no
say no o black na there was say we a must
ha na there na bonnet na you better
the touch ni feel na the look and feel no they are
we when your friend abos again no na law school pay
the tie is unique obi abo black tie but on the black tie
I see.
But the law school, David.
David. Eric Ejay law school na okore de enye enkra law school na okore. Na opposition law school poni. Hey, you know Eric Ejay ni abre pa abema ba na eja. You try no deputy minister na bibi na ne. Suit ni kaftan Eric be she wokro yum no me do nyame. We dwane. Anyways, nice meeting Eric. This is my first time meeting him.
Yeah. That's nice. Indeed, Akwaba Kofi, Akwaba. Eric Ejay, boko.
Obi, nyame adom na so.
Nyame adom baby aboko.
Yegusun kakra. Na memma minu na Akwaba.
Yes.
Say oba ye nche dia. Oba ya che. What be how many months?
Oh, trip 1 year.
What be your appointment you are? Oh, that's good.
Or a government spokesperson.
Say appointment. Oh, okay. Nti yemo Akwaba. Say had the baby ane ha. Say dem okuja no ane atititi ho ane. Amamu fun akoso okrum ha. Yenye nipa manenka.
Tobo men start on that note.
Na say me man Akwaba.
Efun enye kasa.
Na de enye fenye fun.
Eric Ejay. We can need there is a way
yes,
of
can. Okay.
There is a way of
time. Okay. Oh. Ubi na Edeni. Jackson.
Edeni. Calipo. Say Calipo.
Oh, dia na hu a dia na okai pa.
Me kan say ukra Calipo. Multi-fruiter.
Unya hu a dia na ba utim. Apart from say Calipo.
The about me say there is a Ghanaian company almost a similar product. Your friend Ekosiisen.
I know na okay.
A day you now present me.
Convince who and then I okay. Okay. Obi. Me see you are bontina.
Yes.
My men now ton and your mouth off seat.
Your friend is saying, Kokomlimle more.
Very more like one.
Sandy a friend.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Opa de bi obinya. I'm on form round.
Yes.
Obi. When him de ntia me koto Calipo no studio. Me kai se maybe a tremwa enche. That was in 2016.
Yes.
Na ore be a friend and another down kwakufuado. Ope to me e Ghana for. Na opeso che se de Ghana for e wo form ye no enu bia na oye no. Okoto Calipo. En wonom ye na Calipo be trendy wo krum ha. Enti obehu me amenu apani Franklin Kudjo imani Ghana. Sa ta na ye ho afono bia wo krum e wo se etuye. No monum bi kenofuriata na wa shekambu na gen stop no nom Calipo ba omia no she suit no nom Calipo nti enesa Calipo squad no where are they in this country Obi as at then this Calipo near turn 1 cedi as at then and
saying
me turn 2 cedis 50 pesos
last week who boss say you turn 50 pesos
Calipo 50 pesos
yes last week ne boss here press conference that's all kind
say na
those kind no here I want to see
but why am
the point is see anebo why they saying
that is it the American chairman say today whether it was 1 cedi or it was 50 pesos. And then me turn 2 cedis 50 pesos.
Okay.
But the legitimate question I'm person me busa Oru Akufo-Addo ne Calipo squad ne say do they still go to the shop to buy calipo? Still, omu busa calipo buana, omu jai. And then wet, and omu blue label. What am I say? You see, yeah, politicians, Sanya man or yeah, Nina, or the psychic of Fubiagine, and no deal quite long. And to look at the caliber of people at that time, no monum calipo trying to picture post.
That's not the papa. It was
helping me by media. No, America. Me say, your time will come. Maybe some will say, Nipa nipe to me no. Or the no by the leveler. Calipo ne manu kusquania to tosha mobag, dodo na sani, you know. But that I'm not change schoolboy, President Kufuado. Or ne alaji babumia. Former Methodist Brigade, a member. So no a brigadier. And ye memoir thing. Into your best rest or munsi form. Na time wanaba umiana malata market. Or to banch in the body, dear inflation calculation. No. On San for Samirian in a chinonko hobby. Okay, those days. Okay, as a Ghana Statistical Service, the data about say you're wrong, and you're not correct. No one in a year come lata. No, I talk politin bag not to turn name or ban no be work. Name people for not TSC inflation, they say, okay, those days. They've done a lot in this country.
Okay.
And they obi. Yedi 2 mia mamo. Emfie nsiamu ne enamui. Ena mabo mubuo sa empenimfo amote aban de bia mo complain kire mo followers. When was the last time ohun bisada? Obi yesi wo hene a you make sure say your subjects be comfortable meboa. But this is the case empenimfo wo krom ha no the complain kire nkwala ne de echi. So what type of leaders do we have now in this country?
Eric,
initial comment.
Me that say.
Gabi Ochredako, senior connection man, Calipo no.
I will not allow that. You don't do that. Okay, enye.
Onumbi.
Enye one kase senior Calipo man. Enye asema how kind no. India ya menye.
Until the Gabi Ochredako, me kind say omonum Calipo. Me nua penny Kofi Bentel. Me hu Calipo no subi. Imani Franklin Kujo onum Calipo.
Is your omonum dey?
Enti omon konom. Yes. Now mo kono mo koto ombehu ne price. Until next time no. Sadie kura no be babejia. Look at the person in question well. And na person me demand another definition no. Because man ne brande no ho. Ene ne wabeje Ghana de konkwaso mu.
Eric Jane attend and
can chairman near
Atik Mohammed atna say. E ba Kofi na also was some quick point to me. Oh, na say, how feel what some also me ma home kakra. Home kakra. Me ba Yes.
Last time me share we oba me feel Washington Maryland.
Oh, okay.
I take ne virus by me ho.
Oh, okay.
When I was at the embassy. Oh, on Kairos and something that was the last time I'm here at Tik Maryland. I checked about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Obi, Calipo asema Eric Iken. David. Oh, na a distributor. Obi Ubeka, then a cofa Calipo assemble. Okay.
I think there was a picture of Nanado on
and a year there. They started mocking him.
Oh, Debbie.
What do you mean the Debbie? You started mocking him.
And a generating a trend. Nanado didn't intentionally say so the Calipo Bayane. What are you talking about? Eric J. Mani.
It's all they could do.
Stay focused, me patch.
Sure. One kasa, one no boss here press conference just last 2 weeks. Emma boss catch Ghana for say Calipo was 50 pesos. What better ha? Who cry boss just a month ago crano. On kaide o kan. Better than what kaide see here 2016. President Akufo-Addo nom ne Calipo. Na mo ko twa picture na mo be sere no. Na Ghana for say there be. Samumu ba ya na mo betonton Ghana companies a. Na se obi nom product ya Ghana product na be boa o man na ade na ese mugu na nimu ase. Na generate and I call viral. And I saw better ha be kan sem eto panyin no so te say de ono na kofa Calipo say deliberately or politics. Let's stick to facts. Yes, and yemamu aide. Mement na ha enka bibia any different because se me kan sa mebu Ghana for mpo animtia. Obi me meti Ghana he meto oil, meto petrol, meto niema. Debu abeko ene ade be na niam asesa aban mu nipa bia ni ho a sabi wagina baabi aka se Ghana ha emunye den President Akufo-Addo ogitum Finance Minister Dr. Baumia obi bia me matise okasama aban me as a government spokesperson me mintina baabi nka se Ghana fo ho atomo da but asemba ne ye kan emu nukre na ese ye den ye kan fan sam megu opanyi ho anim ase because se ye ka se ye kofa President Mahama so niam a oye ya ye nyina ye kan de oye you same boat ye kai moko fan kofo twi o moka ma o mo ba ha be ye commercial e wo circle Dubai interchange dey friend Dubai e fa Ghana must go to bi kon ho kwa brane kon ho ma ne betena ha but obi anka ho asem this year can politics ne politicians impo take deliberate decisions and perhaps populist decisions to look good at President Mahama Nankidikan. He's a chief architect when it comes to that. But obi anka ho asem yan hwe kwan a ye be fa so a hwe unim say Ghana ho kire ba ya se be nyina ken what say Erika Ji abetena ama solution ba kompoda so ope Ghana omo pe Ghana konya so atena what say o ma betena me nkanya nya me na say eyesa me na me ka kirew enya me na me ka kirew me na eyesa me ka kirew me na we kai say na nsemu ha show you so about 2 weeks ago or thereabout obi betena me we fini panidin ena Adongo okay
honorable Adongo
ena honorable Adongo no obi busa ne say on proper solution o say nye radio so no betena ma solution but radio so no betena ma eye sabi dede but see solution dey on Ghana for mu Ghana for mpo so obeka no you start bibia wo betena ha wo ye na wo do mo ye na do ye dey na ye then now
me my time he's
wash your suit come na wash your suit come na yeah boy abaso na yeah now they are starting propaganda and to obi me ma me nya taking so akwa na Erika Ji dey di na chi anya sem
we don't entertain but Atik Mohammed from the Republic of Gambaga
Obi
akwa beti saying
nyame adom mi so
nene we there
me mpe propaganda me say na dia if you had your propaganda ndos ma mi ha dia emfa chembutum na wa me kansem
aso bibi ekoye
oh well it could be better
okay
the way economy it could be better tie bizawa yeti nkwemu ide we can only be hopeful
we are fine on this Calipo thing you would want to pass a quick comment
Calipo de me akola nyina na me Calipo
oh wow
oh ba sa Calipo num Calipo da
me na yeto ma microscope
no nti Calipo de obi anum bi da
no mbesi sa syllabus ne toma ne toma ye manuku ne bravo do
so but I think that
yes
oh the guy actually be said he be a stressor
yeah
there were all kinds of twists at the Calipo na ebimuzi it was an attempt to show humility say oh yes sabi a down to earth person and as if but I think he was just thirsty and obedient man that's what I heard say
and I think the person took a picture of
and Ghana had his sanity but of course sometimes you don't blame politicians because them before so be they no mfanya JM na asifo nti politics ni be but I'm sure say ya try ho say be the economy na itari nti as for Calipo no hun sansem no dia I think say those were elements of a campaigner nti let's stick to more serious issues, more important issues because the economy
and on the economy fortunately issues are a go up so no majority down the economy so Bank of Ghana increasing monetary policy rate to 22% after current meeting. Cedi has been tagged worst performing currency worldwide by Bloomberg after Sri Lanka's rupee. And dollar shortage hits forex market. Cedi depreciation nears 10 Ghana cedi mark. Media budget failed to give hope to Ghanaians. CS or said they consult CSOs for help. Institute of Fiscal Studies to government. And minority, so I warn you over national cries over food shortages in senior high schools. And you know, many Dr. Clementa Park, Eddie Hong Komo, and a lot. And some area maybe some of the issues in the NPP, you know, account. But for now, it's economy. One video so I go viral, more active on social media. Enra the video of broadcaster Kwesi Cedi Dakwa. And ya boss our video on the back. Any minority members on the finance committee, Eddie Hong and community. Maybe if we have time, would. Oh, okay.
I see that it's trending, but content. No.
Yeah. No, the content basically.
You
the content basically.
I see
Eric
propaganda
Ababa
field spirit in
what's a suit about type in that movie? That choir was like it through the readings, no? And I said, maybe let me play it.
Is it a long tape? Is it a long tape?
No, about 6 minutes.
Why it's worth listening to No, the spirit of propaganda has fully descended on Eric.
Chum, the mommy video, no, right? Now, essentially, I think what we were saying here about this whole seeming conflict of interest situation, finance minister,
he's engaged in. I mean, yeah. All right.
Through the issuance of bonds on the capital market, any advices from you know, it is essentially not the way in Oban it tough.
Okay.
And no.
Obi di okancha ato no. O se nkofo we mu omu wie o man ne no. Omu wie de eje omu madache.
Na omu ma be ka se ye papa no ma mo
papa mo bra. Mi hu papa mo sika na we mu wie de egu ama mo ma. Nka wanka.
Oh, okay. E hono si obi ye tiesi mo no ana obe body plans.
O so ntimi nka onje so obo.
What yesterday that broke my heart. I saw how much Ghana owes, but I also found that apparently the Minister of Finance's company or former company is a transaction advisor to the monies we borrow. So as Ghana gets poorer, the Minister of Finance's company or former company gets richer. Is this what we want to continue in this country? Do we want to elect people into office, give them their pay and their perks, and then allow them and their friends and their companies or their former companies to be the very beneficiaries of the woes of our country? This is not only about the Minister of Finance. This is about Parliament. Parliament, you must be ashamed of yourself. You have failed the people of Ghana. Because I don't think from the time of Nkrumah to date, whoever is the Minister of Finance should be benefiting every time our country goes to borrow money. Is that what happened under everybody in this country? What precedent are we setting? Yesterday when I read the report, I was so broken. And I was like, do people know this? So I called 4 different people. Some in civil society, some in government, some in the former government. And they said, oh, but this is general knowledge. And I'm like, it's general knowledge and Parliament thinks it's okay. So whoever wins the next election will also set up their own companies and be the transaction advisors when we go and take a loan. What is wrong with us as a people? So the person's motive for even going for a loan for me now is not clear, because every time we take a loan, their company makes money. Does this make sense to us as a people? Look, we have leaders of industry, some who have been, deprived of their finances. And in the meantime, the people who are sitting in power are stealing us blind. And all people can tell me is, oh, but this is general knowledge. And then Jimmy and Kwasiasem Nekosu. What a shame. What a damn shame. When they are out of power, will they want whoever comes into power to repeat what they're doing?
94.7.
This is not NDC MPP. Parliamentarians, you are supposed to help us protect the public purse. You can't just go and sit there and vote, I am MPP, I am NDC. Vote your conscience and vote your constituency.
What are you expecting the MPs to do?
The MPs? But you cannot become the transaction advisor for going to take loans when you are the Minister of Finance. How is that possible? They are the legislators. If they won't speak up about it for the whole country but for me taking time to read this much over the weekend and yesterday, I wouldn't know the details of this. So now go and bring all the loans we have taken and show us all the transaction advisors and see whether they have links to the presidency or the people who are the ministers or the people who are in legislature. Why are we doing this to ourselves? What kind of nonsense is that? Hey,
if there's a conflict of interest,
conflict of interest is where it starts.
So Stride should be on the ball on this one.
And where are they? Where are they? Look, right now, Ghana has become each one for himself, God for us all. I was speaking to one of my staff yesterday. He says, boss, I went to buy gas. 14 kilo cylinder now is 152 Ghana cedis. 150 Ghana cedis to fill the cylinder, 2 Ghana cedis for the rubber. When I take 152 Ghana cedis out of my 1,400, how much is left? Now water is going up, electricity is going up. And some people who we have put into positions of authority are raping the country.
Asempa FM 94.7.
And that's the voice of Cedi Dakwa. I just played 4 minutes out of the 6 minute GTV Ekate from the entire show or more Eshe. That was yesterday. But of course, I mean, are trendy on social media, and as we do always here, some of the issues are Ghana for people na edi hun komo on social media, and we tend to lift that issue onto traditional media. Na yahwe etimi ebobo hun. Hence, the decision to add this one to our issues and area. But it still has a place in this big economic conversation. Because I read out some information. Bank of Ghana Ediegu website, and I had cause to also express some misgivings and information about what the bank says they are doing, because and there's also the challenge I come as an economy. I think we're 95% on the city's free fall, the slump in the city against the major trading currencies. And fix the city and you fix a lot of other issues, including fuel prices and the absolutely. As we discuss economy, I would want you to take this into consideration. What the Bank of Ghana is doing to address the situation, the free fall of the city. 1, gold purchase program to increase foreign exchange reserves. 2, special foreign exchange auction for the bulk distribution companies, BDCs, to help with the importation of petroleum products. 3, Bank of Ghana is entering into a cooperation agreement with the mining companies to provide BOG with the opportunity to buy gold as and when it becomes available. 4, the Bank of Ghana is supporting the banking sector with foreign currency liquidity to help meet demand for external payments. 5, the recently approved 750 million USD Afri-Exim loan facility by Parliament, once disbursed, will boost the foreign exchange position of the country to help restore confidence. 6, the cocoa loan is expected in the last quarter of the year. This facility will also help provide more foreign currency to help address the cedi depreciation. And finally, in the short term, we expect that when the IMF program is finalized, it will also go a long way to help restore confidence in the economy and drive portfolio flows. And Bank of Ghana measures almost to deal with the free fall of the cedi. I don't know. My issue was when I take the first two, especially the first one, I think long term, more impactful. Gold purchase program, no?
Except forex auction to commercial banks, they are medium to long term programs.
Yeah, but even when you look at the nature of the challenge we face, the bold, groundbreaking, far-reaching policy, and I may expect, because if we continue the dollarization of the economy, as you see, BBI in dollars. some of these policies no will not. Ebeye, Charlie,
Obi.
it would
Well,
just paper the cracks.
Obi,
Nah,
I agree with you, sir. It's even illegal to denominate your goods in foreign currency. Illegal.
Yes.
And the fact say be more etunton omunyoma either in sasi efie and other
In
things in
dollars.
dollars and unacceptable. And ni na won and so. But the major and proximate cause of our current crisis, they say there is a shortfall as far as supply of forex is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, Nibi.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And supply of forex, you mean what? Supply of dollars.
Yes, of dollars
Any
and
other
trading
trading
currencies.
currencies.
And untina why?
But why
Maybe-
should that bother us? Yeah, official currency, yeah, cities. Then a supply of dollars should
Good,
bother
because
us.
Ghana is not an island. We are not a Robinson Crusoe. We deal with other countries. We trade. Ghana is not a closed economy. Nti any other countries any dija. Why? You don't produce all that you need. Nti those that are in fact I cry here produce cry ye crabby crabba. Na ye producing. Nti Ghana is an open economy. We trade with other trading partners. And your currency is not a universal currency. And it's a dollar. Neither is it convertible in many countries. In fact, Usha West Africa Hakrano, in principle, yenya that are members of the West Africa Monetary Zone, even though we are working towards a common currency, but in the interim, when we say West Africa, there were two monetary zones, the UEMOA zone and then West Africa Monetary Zone. No, and yenya there were South West Africa Monetary Zone. No, we are about 8. We have different currencies.
Yes.
Until Econo, the agreement in say we can spend our currencies in the various countries. And you wait to me the Ghana Cedi, Akwa Nigeria. But that is in principle. What do you Master when with you? So what we rather do is we buy vehicle currencies and our third currencies are convertible into so $2 Udu Nigeria. Exactly. And now Gambia, Udruwa, and the other countries are only members of the monetary zone.
Yeah.
Until even West Africa cry CK and Ghana. Na manoni.
$1 no. Na me cost South Africa mean to me use.
No, because omuliga currency a rand and your dollar.
Yes.
But Udruwa, you can exchange dollar for rand, but you can't exchange Ghana cedis for rand South Africa.
No, I agree. But the American say in Ghana, in Ghana say what Ghana.
Yeah.
So be for South Africa ba Ghana now. Obet me the rand, obet me the dollar. Atwade in Ghana. You be man insisa cry in dollars. But say what
is
South
that
Africa?
possible?
I'm telling you.
I rather thought you'd buy cedis and do your purchases.
Ghana.
That's what I thought.
That's what real estate are they quote in dollars. You can pay them dollars.
No.
There are schools here. Our school fees are in dollars, quoted in dollars. If you want to pay in dollars, they will accept dollars.
I mean, these are all challenges, but I'm saying, sir, the proximate reason I will be doing is
Yes.
there is shortage. And shortage, when you know, but the major reason you was your foreign reserves in cry is swati. Ultimately,
Yes.
and the inflows of forex, so sources are fasu enya forex and our foreign exchange into this country, bebrina sisi, and bebrina so mbabiem. What is here? And there is flight of forex from the economy, a lot of it, and it is due to several reasons. Near the kind, our profit repatriation regime a big problem. Experts, Ghana economy, they be antenna when I have issues with people using GDP as a measure of well-being. There are two different what you say. And development economists are beginning to say, look, you can't use GDP as a measure of people's well-being.
Because your numbers can look good, but the development will not be in favor of your
GDP
people.
is not calculated by output contributed by only indigenous,
your people,
even foreigners. And your economy is largely dominated by experts.
By experts.
Big firms in our expatriate firms. What you say? Enti omo profits na. Sebi omo mananka Ghana how omo di call wherever they are coming from. Enkanka TNCC. SAD transnational corporations, they repatriate their profits. But our profit repatriation regime allows them to repatriate a greater percentage of our profits. And Sabi, enya Ghana cities no modi ko. Enti omunya profits na in Ghana cities no. No master said they are called top forex kakra na ewo hodom no they are called amanoni. That is one. The other issue is we import a lot. And like I said, yen currency enter Ghana, utra flower and one eka. Enti omu ko kra omu nyoma no ba na ye si ye made kra ye kra bi ba. Ye made ye di fufu yi.
Towel.
Enye sponge. Towel no so no na asifo nyina ye kra. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yes, ye kra ni nyina ba. Enti nipa no di ne cities a owo no e di akoto they already scarce forex na e was system no they akokra ye made abagana.
It dey be a dollar na hoden no.
Until every day there is the forces that are contributing to the short supply no also. Now, but there is also the fact say Ghana so yedi forex economy yensu yenye.
Yes.
Our crude receipts, money we get from oil processing, ni nyina buy in dollars.
Yes.
Crude there is sold
in buying dollars.
Buying dollars. Until question am be say me say sika no.
Yeah, dollars now eba no.
Fine.
But it comes to our BOG.
Oh, say BOG ne there are accounts at the BOG. Yes. And the money is not for the BOG.
Yes, I know.
Until there are accounts there. Until the drawdowns that are made on those accounts, no. Fine. Me, that's my biggest question. Fine. Because Sebi, if you have a forex account with the Bank of Ghana, now you get receipts into that account now. If you're going to do a drawdown, they should be giving you CDs.
Yes.
Now forex, they can use it to shore up our foreign reserves.
Yes.
Until a ban saying, now all of a sudden, you're seeing and we're even with COVID, the prices of crude, the prices of crude are costly. Until now you would expect at least Ghana, you more forex.
94.7.
But the other issue soon is borrowing.
And something Obi Aka Elijah Kusi Eshofi was it Obi? I was at Kotoka Airport last year and bought a bottle of water for $1. Gave the
$1.
Yeah.
In Ghana.
I was at Kotoka Airport last year and bought a bottle of water for $1.
And paid in
gave
dollars.
The customer assistant €5 and she gave me $4 change back. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you,
for
me that was the that was the bold policy way.
No, I know the Omar can want some out. To be fair to the central bank, they have. I mean, it's illegal in the first place. The only legal tender in this country is the Cedi, is a Ghana Cedi.
How has that, engineers, how has that percolated down for the people to know and implement?
They know.
That's the problem.
Everybody doing transactions in this country said the legal tender is the Ghana.
One will say at Obi that say we're quoting BB or dollars.
Until the problem, say in the central bank, you see, there is decentralization in government functions. Those and enforce the law on currency, sebi. Any Bank of Ghana for Omudiani say this is the legal tender. SOB who said this is the legal tender. So when you use any other tender other than Ghana Cedi, a criminal offense, and when I say more dealing with issues of crime, any central bank.
Yeah, I get that.
I do not think, sir, including it would necessarily be a novel intervention. Including it would have just been, if you ask me, media, and Kabe just merely repetitive because the idea in But I was making the point about how come we have short supply of forex in the economy. The other issue is excessive borrowing. Borrowing almost 30 years, kaya. The response we were giving was that this is smart borrowing. Now, events and time have vindicated, say, indeed, the borrowing was not smart. And in fact, and indeed, there can never be anything called smart borrowing in this world. Borrowing be any smart. You can never have any smart borrowing. Media, me born smart. There be and there's one thing about borrowing.
I say, na ebia o loans be awaji in times past.
You renegotiate the tenure. Now one man say anke say you three in 5 years.
Absolutely.
Mature ones. Is that smart?
Is that not smart?
Smart, no. That's why we are where we are today. Smart na edi abedru hai. But
okay.
They want to qualify because even in corporate space, sometimes you catch us and fa wa osi kakra anya adwuma, obo besia fa ye adwuma. So you may want to qualify. Oh yeah, and there are instances where you are advised to borrow to do your business versus using your own money. So there are instances where borrowing is a right
I think
decision. You see?
the
So what
blanket
I say?
statement said borrowing be smart.
you will,
I know
no, borrowing behind new is smart.
I disagree.
How
And
so?
good. You see, when you borrow, you don't borrow for free, especially if the borrowing is not concessional. And I'm talking in the context of people going to the capital market to borrow.
Yeah.
There's nothing smart about it. Meba.
Qualify your comment. So what I say. Qualify your
Obi a obe two for say obe start business, you go business, be start business, ebe. Trust me. You see, people who borrow, yes, you and for sika nko na side concepts ni ya tia, but you see, ube start business, you go business, never start business. The risks that come with business now be start, you have no idea what the risks are, and I wouldn't crampona. You do not have any definite solution to those risks. Until you start na ebi, bibana business na nye year. If you collateralize to property, be enye na ebeje.
Yeah. My friend Dr. Richmond Kwame Frimpong, or say Obi, there is no such thing as good debt.
Exactly, it's the same thing I make. Kabi eniwa yes, me ko bobi sian but smart cap. But me mami we ebi me ya.
Obenya time, ode unya Kofi.
I get you. It would let him finish.
Kofi mani we.
But it's the same thing. When you borrow, you accumulate debt. No. When you borrow, you accumulate debt. I could equally say, instead of saying borrowing, I could say like debt accumulation.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They are synonymous. But I'm saying, sir, at this point, we have issues with short supply of forex, and that is the reason why our currency is depreciating at this rate, because demand for forex is far outweighing the supply, and your exchange rate now is simply the price of currency. It's just like every other commodity. Same good be a price, and demand and supply and determine price. And yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So when you go into the currency market and at the forex market, the price of currency is called the exchange rate. Until when demand for that currency far outweighs the supply now, then the price goes up. So what that means is that the exchange rate goes up and your currency depreciates. What you are saying? That's what it means. Until baby edri yakobo busia bebre. And busia ebono. Even though there's a domestic component, but the external component is not a problem, no. Because enu ukoboa ye mon wagana si di mo. You're born in dollars. Until uko tax revenue and other than tax revenue, no. Na you could tuya busianka, and uko tuya kana.
You even pay the interest on the loan, not even the amortization.
No, yes, that's even the biggest problem. The amortization is there. And no, the anchor principal na betray the sank and your interest no kunya. Because you paid up to a certain point before you pay the amortization. Until uko tuya you can send interest na de bia e so sika no na koto currency na oboro sika no inno na de akotua. So you are mopping up the limited forex you already have in the economy to go and settle a debt. Until every year bia ye jijia kakra na, even when we earn foreign exchange ye de sika isa beto foreign exchange na ya boboa no e de akoma nkrofofofro. Meanwhile ne ye gie nkra hu bebia efa.
Essentially your debt levels or correlation
absolutely with
or forex, the strength of
your exchange rate.
Or exchange rate.
That's it. It's simple. I mean, this is basic economics.
Yes. Makai what the Bank of Ghana thinks or maybe implemented to rescue or to save us.
Yeah.
Are they enough? And obviously then also in bed 2 minutes.
Some of the interventions are okay, but many are medium to long term. But baby, anyway, they are not going to guarantee the kinds of results we expect. That is, halt the free fall. No? But near meet me, I can say, immediate and short-term effects. The auction of forex to BDCs,
yes,
any to commercial banks.
Yes.
But the point is, Bank of Ghana and Kasakrano, Omuni
forex nibi.
Exactly. Why do you think, sir? Prices no air because if they had enough, so my auction, how me are no kotonka krebi because they been for them to auction to the commercial banks and increase the availability of forex in the economy. There be until omu ya no as a tot ye nya kakra na ya tonka kra mo omu tonka kra na ye nuanom China foi ene ne omu di dwa wo China yi no massa before e be dru hokra na o ma to dada
black market for no munya omu forex ni free.
Mr. Bank managers.
We cannot have this conversation without looking at how systems be a allow ma a building no. Emma nkofo bi a trading in because
no, but sometimes
we are the economy
you see, it's because we're in this crisis. Until I exaggerated the effect of black market. Minka say they are not, but ukasikana that is in circulation in the black market. Me, I dare say it will not be up to $100 million.
You think so?
Oh, but come on. No, in black airport anu. Aba, who pay $1 million?
You know what some of them were to do honey and discount.
Me see 100 million. Ukakani ina bomwa. And I'm being serious. Black market, forex now, and $100 million.
Your forest bureaus, no?
Eh?
Your forest.
Me mark come in a bomb. Airport
the forest bureaus sing like a black market.
Oh yes.
And I was thinking you know $100 million.
Yeah, Mika like outside interbank transactions.
Yeah, outside interbank. Me sure forest bureaus and I
doubt say be $100 million. What you say?
And you think in dealing with this problem, no? How do we can
no, Debbie, we can't leave them. But I'm saying, say, issue bar. There are levels, no. Who are latent causes, immediate causes, and all of that. Until where the, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm saying, say, in my estimation, these are problems, but they are like latent causes of the current problem.
Okay.
I said black market has been with us in Yenne. But why?
But that's why we have the problems we have.
But our currency was not this terrible. It got to a point we had parity, we had exchange rate parity with the dollar in 2009, so 2008 to 2008.
After redenomination.
Yes, we had exchange rate parity with the dollar.
But that thing was it cosmetic?
Oh,
I mean, you knock off some zero because we all. Hold on. I think me. But Mamika said
no. You see
the
value. No, we see you knock off zeros and it becomes one until
I think the Americans, even if I go with the value argument, the value of one CD then, was not 10,000.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
10,000.
When you say 10,000, you see, you can't say was it not 10,000?
It was 10,000.
What do you mean by 10,000?
The value of one CD. What was it?
No. You see, when you say the value, well, hey, exactly.
About 10,000 is
exactly. You see,
absolutely. Denomination says yeah, you can value.
No, you see, once.
Yes.
But
that's the point.
No, but it's still one CD.
It's still one CD.
Forget the zeros. The value of one Ghana CD, no.
Look at
what you can buy, the purchasing power of that one CD, no. And who has them the AK? Until what one CD could buy. And you know what I say, and no na can was and in 2008 the value of one CD, whatever I could buy, one CD was equal to I think 1.1 to almost
1.1 to $1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we were almost having exchange parity. And but the black market was when it got worse, Krana, the worst it got to was 2 CDs. I think under J Mills or something. And former President Mahama they called 5 CDs.
4.8
and 4.8. It was not even up to 5
or so. Yeah.
It was not even up to 5 CDs. But there was black market, and it is over 100% too, from 4 to almost 11.
But the way you can say the depreciation, no, any event it's it happen over time. Inti Obeka say we are given incremental in kakanka.
No,
because again, if you don't fix the fundament, because ye giant problem.
But exchange rate depreciation is not automatic. Say time be a say kosro. Sometimes our currency appreciates until it fluctuates.
But it's sustainable. That's the point we are
making. Because
the fundamental thing to hold it's in the hot.
My argument is some of the push factors are Emma Yebreno, any beer market and Kanka are import bill and are borrowing.
Okay.
These are 2 major issues are Ama Yankerins no Ebre all the time. Under President you know, when our economy was the fastest growing economy in the world, our exchange rate was equally doing well. If you read about exchange rate determination now, it tells you say when the economy is growing, your exchange rate tends to be stronger. I mean your currency tends to be stronger. What you here?
Yes.
But when the economy is not growing well, you know, it affects your exchange rate and so on and so forth. Intermediate, the interventions on the Abano. It is only 2. Me who say and yes, a solid armor, but and no betime deal with the current problem no head on. However, there is even a catch. So you give what you have. Selling to BDCs because their transactions are dollar denominated. And ko fan number banner exchange rate near year, the increased cost of fuel and it also translates into higher prices of other goods and services. Until if you are able to get them better rates, the bar price number form until fuels and shadam kosro and other prices might begin to normalize and all that. And the other thing is if there is shortage of forex in the banks now auction be more and also boa. But the question is Bank of Ghana and Kasano Omubi.
$8 no.
Omubi. And and even though they have suggested this, in practice,
where are they going to get it?
That's the point. But other ones about buying gold, these are long term, which is good. Long term, these are all good interventions. And the final point, you mentioned the final point, which related to Shebium,
the IMF and the Afri-Exim Bank loan
it tells you, say, your forest, reserves, Eswati. So they are waiting for this loan to come and show up the reserves. Which tells you, say, easy. Until Enusudabe neighbor. Let's just say, until, like I said, these are medium to long term. Until Sasiki Bebano will continue to experience some of these things unless for some reason we are able to arrange for some money somewhere, either a loan or whatever.
That's a grant or concessionary loan. Now your development partners now.
The only thing I can say the more fun just or more GB.
And you mean who has
the only thing probably for now and I say a development partners. My grant kakle na yan fan so se
country abetimi aboa meka Ghana for because go for mukunto kwa musiki nanso Ghana yan ko. But you see when him say other countries are buying discounted crude from Russia, why can't we take advantage of that
and do that? Kofi mamintio
Obi
mamintio
medasi bio mini atika boy yan common
government spokesperson Kofi Tuaso
propaganda designer Obi mini atika can send be but one or two things many atik a dream principle say bosia de as much as possible you try to avoid it, but there are instances a boa. I mean for me obi am in America at the age of 16 I'm started Bobisia because the American economy is built on credit.
On credit, yes.
Tina na make catch me atik say on qualifying asem na o kan because great nations are built on credit. Sure. Nanzia COVID buy. On say America buying had to go and quickly show up some companies, the airline companies, the banking companies, because they needed the funding to be able to keep afloat. Because they realize so on money be anymore, they need to rely on credit. It's what keeps America what it is. Enti yanye adeni ye na ankoye say ye cano trasa. Atus me no busa question say where are the dollars? Obi, the cocoa loan syndicated loan no about one time in the year. This time about October.
Yeah.
Enti from January to now no. Sika bia man obi aka say dollar bia begu Bank of Ghana na Bank of Ghana atena so. Let's be very careful. Atosumi you know. Petro asama okano. Petro the whole year, if you look at the PIAC report, sika yenye free petrol average is $600 million.
You mean oil, no?
Oil.
Receipt
from oil, which is carried and participating interest, royalties and taxes the whole year. For 10 years, sika Ghana enya from oil is 6.5 billion, averaging about $650 million. So sika ni enfani nyina amount at a go. Because adwuma no no oye na at a point one amount what draw down on the aban no insabeka
94.7.
it is aban nya 650 on average. Busa ho se quarter obenya sen. Bosumi obenya sen. It's not like Ghana nya some excessive dollars bi or baby. There is a fundamental issue which is
the import versus export. And it is established, there's a great deal of imbalance. A great deal of imbalance. And a few a filling it up and a back so difference now open say where the unyano. And dollar be my baby ma obintina dollar be. So I wanted to also help in that aspect. Obi media me asama ekosu nyina me hwe no akwa miensa 3 branches. 1 ehina yaba bidru na kwan be ne fa so bidruye. Ena afi nso no eden na aban eya afa ho. And then the last point in say Ghana ni na ono woto abama Akufo-Addo no. What is the bottom line? The bottom line in nyina any saying
Asempa FM
and it say
94.7
the dada sit na mu be den ebeyi. Enti aban we no we will not shirk on our responsibility say ye ko Ghana for what can say omonto abamayen. To be kaya President Akufo-Addo ne Ghana for din komo COVID by okay we say we have to sacrifice the economy to protect lives. Because onim say sa ho kire ne ba eno de ye wonim de ne adoma chede an kakran we can find ourselves back. Obi say we be dis an komo we na obeka de hia Ghana ni na wa ma Ghana ni ehu de free or how ni free ba. You might as well not even talk about it. And until na yenya atik spending some time to try to help us understand. But ye won niam ba ku mienu bu amenso me de beka. Obi unim say before COVID, na petrol sika ye de kokra white product and because ye no ye nkra crude, ye ton crude, ni akokra final finished products na diaba. Na ye about $200 million a month. And now me know say it's about $450 million a month.
Because demand for the product na kosro.
No, cost of the product. Okay. Demand is almost the same.
The same, okay.
Every year Ghana here about 4.3 billion liters of oil.
Mm-hmm. Of fuel.
Of fuel. However, yeah, once America na me gas no I am confused.
Yeah.
So 80 demand in India relatively at the same level. But the cost, I think you can say $1 ni. When you say $1 ni ho, you will be a friend import cover. I buy no what the what share good demo and no na serve as your import cover.
Mm-hmm. That's the reserves.
Reserves, of course. But you cannot just draw down on that import cover like that. Enti no ubeye no sebi nyansemu. Because Bank of Ghana enti mi ka say sebi bia omo kokra oil hia sikenti yanko fa ni nyina ne fa mo 94.7 collapse the economy. So you manage it. So one issue a ye face cost of oil akosro.
What say you credible man?
See credible. And to be catch we say external factors enye ade a affect Ghana na me sire. Chise nipa no onye na adwen so obeka no kre. Because ukoto oil, unkoto free uboto, ukoto free amanoni. Amanoni dey edwaso. Amanoni edwaso so no price no kosro. How can you then tell me say Ghana does not have any external shocks?
And I said the AC externally no
affecting. Sure, there are even indirect. Sure, Germany, for example, and parts of Europe, and now so we rely heavily on Russia for gas. Intino, say omo production conform. And to who near who force ni near who coffee free Germany ne oil ne near ne who coffee free taking sanko for croning omo near ma boa kosro. When you say Ghana, hey, imagine ni idea ye di do na coffee free Turkey. And net Turkey inflation rate and in 80%. Enti baby a wo kota de no. Ono ne price kosro. Na wo akokra de one the cost of the product itself has gone up. Unma de ba ko a affecting pa. Freight. Obi before COVID, na freight bought 20-footer container was about $600.
Odi free amano ne ba.
Odi free amano ba. And on in freight bo. Same 20-footer. $6,000.
From 600 to 600.
I'm telling you.
From 600 to
Mr. President Biden cry a statement on it. Met me the Ama Jackson no abo. Say the freight companies now your muhu a syndicate and no maka muhu abum.
Omo ina quote the same price.
Omo nyina ye ho one. So first now na nke different camp oma your muhu behind the scenes no. And omo nyina quote no ma shoot President Biden nyame na make made over $100 billion in profit. It's then a walk or my way 80% open economy. Meaning say wo niema wo ye no ohamu abupan aduowatwe depending on the foreign economy. Oka kire me say there is no impact. Men ka COVID asem kire me. When did we get there? That's even truth. Kofo bi pese omode ani hahan eka ye kasabo ahye ye yem say no kra ese economy enka. Meanwhile chroma won produce hwe. Ebi na aka say yemade mpo ye kokraba. Yemade mpo. So usha S&P report now, or you should term was say inflationary imports was the number one idea or target as the cause of your cedi no. Inflationary imports. Niama wu kre free amano ne bano ne boa den ekosro, which is the cost of the consumable items, the cost of the freight, the cost of the petroleum products. Niama mi nuwe. Ene ne e de Ghana edru baby edru.
But in terms of Neoma Ayem produces she wahalo. That is why we have government in place.
Of course.
And people expect say okay, you buy and you who say you produce Neoma waha and ma yenya some trading balances be you know after 6-7 years. He see a Neoma we man you produce waha no after you produce waha na savings e dia ma yeni aboya me appreciate waha kaka. That is what we want to hear.
Nana Akufo-Addo na ese dana say or started one district one factory. Because you cannot turn any industrialized, any agrarian economy around in 5 years. Or Atik or economist. Let's not my end deceive you at home. Ghana yanya special say when it comes to the global economy, product now also yen. First of all, mouth for no a taste.
A taste.
Tia sorry ana ya de over 40 years. Suit a brand we say. Ufi se suit obekwa akoto baby fufuro
94.7
obi
ode batakari a pump suit man on.
Oh she. So the point I am making is say me glasses a shemi e Tom Ford. Me see ye ti ha se e demo ha from paint and what they design about 90% near crayfree abontin. But why? Because microphone one top papa won't me nyeden enka se mo magana ni nti na asempa be ye de asempa ye no. So taste in itself is 1. 2, research to industrialization. We say we person we industrialize the economy, but complexity level. Brookings Institute here report almost say Ghana your complexity level, production complexity level. Yeah, that almost a 2 or so. Even in 10. Who your fruit juice or be your iPhone? Utipeni sa nipa no. Because we have not been able to link research
R&D
to industrialization. Ni nyina ye eno so no etoda bi wa aban de wom etoda bi wa mo kwakra ne ma firi abonten no so ba de wom because obi wa ha ma ye de opesa wo ye no na wa beguna adwuma. So all these things culminate na oman no e wo ba bi e wo. But we have started the effort. But you start the effort and you are politicizing the effort. Obi. So Obi ntimi nka nkyere say external factor. Unim say na me no ka say US for na me near can inflationary rate who has some policy rate. Yes, Bank of Ghana increasing the policy rate because the entire increasing policy rate and they say you want to constrict or slow down the economic growth to slow down inflation. Atikni economists par excellence. Onim is one key. Anya Ghana na ye me no ka say UK ye America ye. Now America increase your policy rate twice this year. Obi, do you know what it means for us? What it means they say non-resident na onu obeto si bond e wo Ghana but obeto bosia wo Ghana. Okay, me ma ba Ghana na Ghana e bo me besi me bo Ghana bosia no menya mfaso.
Eso mfaso.
But e Cedi. And Matis America say ye increase your policy rate. Ufi say dey na me.
The outright is higher.
The omunyina sisa omusika e na omudeko. Enti sa inflation na ekoso America 40-year high no ya ti Ghana how
impact ayenya
ni. Enti we read S&P report na now read Fitch report na some mo can say capital flight, investment flight obia sisa ni sika no de ayeden or de akoback because America pay your interest rate. It's a robust economy versus a volatile emerging economy. And here now do sika beko.
And the normal human being will make rational
decisions.
But it's a two-way situation.
Okay.
You see, on the one hand, it increases returns for investors. Into Nkrofo who are into portfolio investments would want to go there because the rate of return is higher. However, it also limits access to credit, which shrinks once, of course, your access to credit is limited. No? Because now cost of credit are and people want to borrow,
economy,
they won't borrow, so they won't expand. And it also has other implications: unemployment, output, form, and it's a two-way.
Of course.
So you look at your situation and make a decision.
Of course.
But my argument is that Ghana will be your way. Sebi, America for they survive on debt. America is an economy run on debt. Because of currency, you know. Exactly. It's the reserve currency. It's the reserve currency.
It's the currency that's pegged for about 60% of world transactions.
Exactly. So it's the reserve currency. They can afford to do nyamabi. But we share situation here. Already among for incomes are declining and so on and so forth. Until when you get people out of job because their firms can't expand because of credit.
Now, I don't disagree with you. It comes with its adverse effects. Because America, how America is surviving. They are printing money.
Yeah, because the currency they can afford.
But and they can afford. Printing money. Inflation be do by 100%.
Zimbabwe will be another. Will become the next.
Some now Eric. Se Ghana printed 22 billion. To say they are not NDC for Ghana. By now inflation in 80%. No, Eric. You see, as
22 billion. Yes,
I mean, Obi, mami put you in context, man. Obi, mami put you in context, man. Ghana, Sika, Eric, me pacho. Sika, a few way Ghana, you see a penny na. Eric, me pacho. Sika Ghana, you see a penny na few way. 100.5 billion Ghana cedis. Sika yes and you reduce to about 99 point something. It is our binary printed 22 billion. What it means is that with the 22% of your revenue
back into the economy.
Basa, the impact and kiebe huno.
Yeah.
Enya de yekeke enti ensembu anya no kre mayen koho. E mayen koho. Enti obi another thing I mean anu kan ya na ye mesere. Omo say oh, Miniam. I mean, Kasa. Why a fame? I mean, Kasa. Obi. As someone, a dear Bakwa, and Nipa be break, and I mean, Tiasi. And they say, and you're Ghana and Kwana COVID. So, why is it that Ghana and Kwana suffer? Obi, is it true that Ghana and Kwana suffer? Let's be honest in this country.
But those people do like for like comparisons. Like, Obe compare Ghana
and Cote
d'Ivoire, Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia.
Mame show the entire Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire example na bogus. Because the cause a problem with a currency to say the account was Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire currency is CFA francs na
pegged on Paris
to the Paris economy and then one economy. How many countries need CFA?
CFA in Africa, 14 countries.
So you are talking about 14 economies put together to an economy of Ghana the size about just $70 billion? And you are comparing that to economies of Arabia and then I'm almost $500 billion? Into your analysis, they are tossing me. The Ghana by way, the interventions are Ghana by way. Tell me a country that did the same intervention. Tell me.
In Africa or in the
world?
On
COVID, me see the world. Catch them. I was in Washington. Catch them. Assemble now.
Let him elaborate.
Obi, I was head of information in Washington. Unim the Washington Post.
Ghana embassy
yes, in Washington. Unim the Washington Post for a year. They called me and said, Kofi, the amount buying a year for a small country, the steps you have taken, we want to do a story in Tubakaya, the first story of Free Washington Post, a buyer. They called me, said, my buying near Moye. More de bomb man for who buying. Ye Ghana hire for every person now when you COVID 177,000 people are buying for Obiahoka. Okay. Okay. Now say Obiahoka cry $1,000 as of course, World Bank man. And only another argument you say your budget 19 billion and you spend 12 billion. So there's a balance of 7 billion. Obi. Whoa, no, start the economy, o short for, and a number 40 billion. Enti, Yamfana say, the year, Misika me pese me di 140 million. Now me expect 100 million, and I me de bebo me hobra. Now me nya 5 million bi beka ho, and no chere say 35 million na aka no, a 12 awim. So, say COVID, your budget no nya balance bi wo, and no chere say that would defray all the cost and now the deficit in our expenditure. Me pacho what they make and say. Another example, mo na mo tax kosro, tax revenue amunya ye kosro. And then Busa say, how much did we get in tax revenue more? $52 million. I'm telling you, $52 million 2021. So Obi Ubusa say when your tax revenue, additional income of $52 million, that does not even constitute 0.00000% of your economy. So how does that become say abanya sika bibrenti? I think as someone can say of course, but you need to look at the cost. The cost na another one I yenhwe apart from say wo boka no. De yenya teacher ni a wan kwa adwuma. When I wan kwa that productivity na you lose you no, you account for.
Have we valued the lost productivity?
We can value it, but the point I'm making is does it change the fact say we lost productivity?
No, that's true. That's
so
true.
I'm saying that not only did you lose income, you lost productivity. Obi, on my way Ghana, America, America. Obi, America. America. Krana ya America no. Yama ukotena fia ni ntua waka wo. Ghana ha emre sen adwumafo kotena fia aban pia omoka. Benefit. Obi, let me help you. So let me help you. I buy my 3 stimulus checks. Yes. 3 stimulus because and 2 there obi twa oka bosumi bia. Now no I buy my 1,008. Now I buy my 600. Now I buy my 1,000, about $3,000 in total. Obi annual salary and the number 70,000. Now I buy my 3,000. Do you compare that to say Ghana buy chair obi every day?
Every month.
You can't do that comparison.
That was in addition to there were people who were still working. They were working from home and still got some of
and I may say, Ati, $3,000 any day my in a period of about a year and a half. One in young bros.
If you are striking an average fare,
there be the check in average, there be check you try. First one was 1,000, there be yes. And yet the COVID refunded my businesses and they be a different amount.
But stimulus we in the
this Obi, you see the point I am making is at the bottom line is Abai has a responsibility say dear question na yebema Ghana ni ho atono eno ntina ye den hihye egu akwan mu bi na wan kasa wo kan min san semre enka biu. But these are the steps. Me no can say tax exemption bill Abai de aba send ye be ya sika $2.7 billion afibia ye lusu because companies say do ma Ghana so mo make production but they end up doing import aguta for kan wasem Abai say san man o mani si biu. The tax exemption bill parliament pass it. No, which is so these are some of the Abai aye 30% discretionary cuts unim Abai aye there were so many things Abai aye now
maybe we'll reserve and no for the next round. The next round the coffee now what Abai is doing Mamintie Eric Ejay on this conversation. Eric.
Yeah.
Me pacho. Eric, Ghana nyina 8 you.
Me da se. Eno ani Ekosiisen. Ana me boa.
Eno ano no.
Nti ensem akofito nto kan ye nyina. Ekosiisen.
E was Empire FM.
What I say? Ekosiisen. That is the answer. Any here. Obi. Show na ye ba he no. Ye mechire Ghana for economy so. The ordinary Ghanaian na otie me ne wono. Na onim se in 2016 obi na no ye Ghana mampani. Ena abatu duye. Ena yenye obi man be ka se de na ye timo ne nye den. Enye. Enti mo ma me akwanya na me meye ne yie. Eno so na Ghana fo gina kwoto aba. Enti nye the book of lamentation now must start reciting no and a Ghana for petty. What am I say? Into Kofi, the why a bogger 16 years now, America. Me no other crana me call South Africa. Now me ko baby other. What am I say? But Ghana ni na woti krumo or no na brabo nyina depend on Ghana Cedi no. Na ho asem ne ye kan ne. Obi ye kan say ya. As a show do. Mama ne fan. Anya bete. No, mama mo increase no. Adwuma na den. Wo ka se ba omi akasa akaso awie na ne bom nyina afọ. Okay. Ghana economy na odidi agro no. A bit discipline obi a. Obi. So all the long talk I could fit into here no. And swamba.
Sir?
Yes. Na swamba. Obi. Me kai se ura Alhaji Bawumia unim no.
Or a vice president of the republic.
Very good. May 3rd, 2012. Unim asembi okan.
Or
say the government is blaming speculators for the fall of the cedi instead of tackling it. And all the depreciation back share to account. And system ninye cedi no say no na lock dollar no say Bawumia mum na dodge you. Na sa ankofo kru ye ba ba kire okwan ye fa se yesus ye fa so si ano a ango be na mu free ba no obi ebiem the same Alhaji Bawumia 5th December 2016 na ade echi a na ye kwa akoto aba Alhaji Bawumia say Ghana deserves better, not high interest rates. So say no more increase the policy rate. So automatically affect interest rates very good. Until the Alhaji Bawumia can in 5th December, 2 days to general election. No, they pay 2 million. Or say Ghana deserve better, not high interest rates, high taxes, and depreciation of our currency, which are collapsing businesses. So you know all these things. So argument ben now yene hano. Obi ebiem. We date ne 8th August 2016. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo say Ghana NPP, say we will stabilize the currency and exchange rates through prudent and disciplined macroeconomic management. Obi, these are the things you said. We still remember. Inti ene kasa tintin ya obetra achira American economy wo chire Iraq ne Sri Lanka no wan mo na obetra ya de okruma empenin force ye dija wan ye de asoa wo oh I was reading a story by Professor Adaisisia. I say President Kogana Web, you get the story. I say President Akufo-Addo overpromised. Professor Adae. Oh, Professor Adae. By then, they were the exact people I know Moshanekena. Okay, 2014. Professor Yanka, Central University. Yes, Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia Ekoye restoring the value of the cedi lecture. Mode a hand tiny drekasa and an amudi opposition. And the way they spoke in this country, as if say they are the repository of knowledge. And where we are today, the businessman now, 2 days or about 25 hono. That businessman is soon. And the businessman no be cancel more, then you come and sit and also be lamenting. And what did your president na koka one off? Or see the edrun the yam fair hon shen yamenza. Say yame yesi cathedral man. That is the solution to the economic challenge. Eti munya de mokeka no ya tra ho. What you say? Atik yeti kromu e yetumofo amomfa. Aban amato asode aboden. Obia ni wo chere suggestion amofa. I was listening to one Dr. Kwachi, that economist. Yes, also aban we yentunifo. The obeka bia omfa. Into aban a watre futu. Ehe na obeko. This is where baby a yekwa ne yekwo no. And unye embarrassed for saying say amanya hodo na COVID chi omo no. Even African countries no when they treating the citizens who are in Ghana. Namo COVID ba impo amafa ho defraud o man no. Ko Kenya omo di COVID sika onim prosecution na ekoso. Even common COVID in Kuntabu, Mumunchre Ghana for no. Atane Boachibidi, and you are talking of COVID, you are not shy. COVID de buy no. Ye neighboring countries na in 2016. Modi omubo ye kutia, modi omu twa da pa no. Omo budget deficit ko check na check o de no. Burkina Faso 5.7%. Meba jakasa. Me say Côte d'Ivoire, Côte d'Ivoire 5.6% here me. You were talking of COVID. Shewenim kra. And I make sure say COVID ne buy no. What you people did in Africa, na is superb. I think unim de enquire. Ye 15.7%. Wa bra na mo hyehye mra kra da ho e kire se ye ntimi ni esika emro level bi. Ba mo fa yare enti. Otima se yare enti o. Mo fa yare ho ko suspend ni nyina didi bro so up to date. Enti ena me na o kasa obi. COVID de bae na mo da na mo ho beggars ena mo na madwaman so. Na wo ha na kufu ado wa bawura IMF. Ma mo ya yewu economy na sei. Na wakoje ade be chi no na African Development Bank. Ma mo ya yewu na wakoje ade be chi no na World Bank. Ebi de akro kwaje ba kro declare ni na we declare ni we jabi. Uni ha na World Bank for no country director na be ka kire obo figure na omo under declare no. So these are the elements that ye come asem. What you say? Connection my phone kwa da bia meka. Obi bisa no ma me say COVID de buy no o te se Burkina omo de COVID levy buy. Yare aba ye mpese ye te no. Eye ye time no asoma ye mpese ye te COVID. Wo de ho amamra ba. Wo je ye COVID levy. Now we catch them say COVID buy ni bi mu didi aban hwe bi mu na se sika na aban tifiri ye ho no. Aban na ye adwuma gu ye botom. COVID de buy ya mu cookie ya mu kofa company betina airport a. Obi kobo brawa manoni no obafia na mo gine how many dollars? $150. These criminals here can Ekosiisen. And you are now musika mo din COVID the one. You have the gut to talk of COVID some my papa. Kofi Minshia or da men kasasa. Obi. Mo Upper West Regional Vice Chairman, woman no chairperson who said ni tape na ba na anu ada no. Dey no kai. O se COVID sika no ya man 100,000 pe. Enti sa na mo no connection man for mo ye ni momo. Machiche COVID sika rough constituency executive 10,000 20,000 machiche ma party for na dia wie na we break economy na. You are telling me today say the American economy, the one economy. Obi me wampo na omu wie COVID and asia kwatam Russia and Ukraine and me documents those na me hu dia me we mu akampo because
na we document be ya
economy ni baby a omudura dun kwa na matintim dia ba o dem omunsia na me time baby a omode omo argument ni start here na me time kwa nya ti me nua Kofi asem na making obi ye ka no kre na ye nka e de na am yakudu baby ye dri atik e kan brofo bi se ye ne bosian bi ye smart asem but still na Kofi person of file defense o yanko no message no testimony obi e ka ben na nyeka atik di obi ka 1,000 Ghana Kofi di Eric ka 1,000 Ghana atik say on de ne ka ne ye ka papa Kofi di ne ye ka bone ni na so ye 1,000 Ghana na mu ya na mu revise ne mu ina ne kosku at the same classroom ana
Kumasi mayor the message aba.
O jano. O no ko mayor ye ntene nka ye benya no. Ai, o de jano ye ne hwe kama menwie. Na sampai ya na ne ye campaign man wa ha. Kan o de kan. Ose Obi. Eric says Ghanaians are not interested in economic talk as presented by Kofi Tonto. Does he think Ghanaians are equally interested in cheap talk, propaganda, history and grammar? The question I will say, I mean, by me near grammar Simbia. Kofi, sometime me chow. Sometime me chow. Na ya na near Bahabe Bubu Mao. Meba, other meba.
Okoko,
me say, Obi, sometime. Serious. But Master Baby, I want to go for club. Oh, no, but Chagana for economics. Obi, me, okay, Chiamu, by the way. Obi, so the ordinary Ghanaian,
yes.
The oppressor ought say, and sim be a buying be kind, no. A buying by any may ye. Emma Ghana are attractive am investors. Sana the ordinary Ghanaian person and anameboa. The ordinary businessman na do ye campaigner auto airtime 1 cedi na what to be near they are supporting the campaign. The person what say dollar ni cedi bo share na mo share no akọ form. Na ni businesses are then akọ ye dia man. Obi, I have something here, let me read it. A businessman sent me something. Or say Udija na okranie mabia na or send $100,000 and a de kranye maneba. So omame as at 30th January eba besi 17th August. Na as at 30th January no here $100,000 eba 640,000 utie me pa. As at 28th February we hear the same $100,000 eba 690,000. As at 31st March 2022 we hear the same $100,000 just for the 760,000 Ghana cedis. As at 30th April 2022 we hear the same $100,000 now just for the Ghana sika 760,000 cedis. As at 31st May 2022 we hear the same $100,000 or the 790,000 cedis and $100,000. As at 28th June 2022 we hear the same $100,000 or the 800,000 Ghana cedis. As at 31st July we hear the same $100,000 or the 850,000 Ghana cedis. And as at today we hear $100,000 or the 940,000. What you say? So such a businessman no meaning say bia ti say the menu ka on the
Ni rate ne.
enti ofi sa January na me start bobo bana sika
Over
akwa
500 million abeka ho.
But look at this. And you are here running commentaries.
Is it? Yeah, over
Obi,
500.
and you are here running commentaries. That business person no na me kind o treat ne the man no because that was the treat 2 days to general election. And that person voted for you. That person sponsored your campaign. And they were gunejuma. And you have the gut explaining this economy to the person say on you're convinced. What can you tell the person now? Obi, so what we are saying today is say baby o minor do no. Ja okay no. Me time no unu baby.
What can I say?
O ma coffee 25 minutes na me
Na
share.
25 minutes start to discuss how many minutes?
Obi o dey come be 10 ma me mo mfiri.
10 minutes.
Oh na makasa say. Obi so dey make an then say. Besia na mo gye ne wano aye ka mo ntia say. Kofa 2022 budget na mo present ko parliament. Obi. Unim projection e won for 2025 for a car ibetua. Say interest payments by 2025 ibetua 65 billion. Obi, by 2024 ibetua 50 something billion. Enti besia na mo born rough. No. And no na be e dey adru baby e yadri because say emre so se ekutua ebosia ye need cedi wo ho obi ana abrofo no gi cedi ye need cedi. So if you borrowed ya wo buy the brofo na once and go for mo pe we wa na mo de brofo aba omo pa Chimota forest ya cha fa pe na omo ye ne say eye periphery nti ye twitwa periphery nti eno no beba ne ye twa na akaka akwan ne dawo ena we so omo start omo bosia bo no omo say we smart borrowing. That is how they are.
But smart borrowing, that
me
the
say we
phrase
smart
borrowing
baby
did not start with them.
Obi smart be any baby smart ne den ene we are smarter nye ne wo mi nti almost smartness na wanfa.
But under Setekwe, we had the free smart borrowing.
Almost here the lazy way of governance. Me about besiando do sana no mo frɛ then bawumia Messiah then.
Economic Messiah.
Then Messiah. Well, nipa ya more wrong fans too much. They told no. Fans we are your fans. So today, the Ghana nipa so what say me see so obi. Let me say it on this platform. Many maso and I'm team crew. My the last time na ye de fuel if you have recourse back Canada. What are you telling me? Because okwa bontuku Ivory Coast is here. Petrol a liter no o se samba Ghana sikemu gallon no o se samba Ghana sikemu 7 cedis 50 pesos. As of today, petrol a liter in Ghana and I'm over 13 cities. It is the ordinary Ghanaian, and no person what you. You feel now better than economists in even America and now. And don't forget. No, me say a liter of petrol in Ghana today. 13 cities. But Oko Ivory Coast, the same one. Petrol into Muaba, my memory record. Petrol, Onims and Necraya, and Necronims at
Only liters.
Kofi and UP Yache, my mentor and Ediano. Psycho Pibium to about PCCR. Yaniabri, also turn debut. Oh, Tia de America, Obi, and
13.
Obi, Obi, TM. As of today, super, your turn is 11.15, and I'm turning 10 point something.
Diesel
and American. Oh, no, we can 13 diesel. Diesel air saying
13, yeah.
Very good. And then, Obi Usi, so that Ben out is a kerosene. Nebo a dinch petrol. What to be that? And the mum will bonny. Yes, and that this a mum will kerosene. Kerosene.
Also kerosene boy they saying.
Petrol, check it. Kerosene.
Kero. And a Kero 13.19.
Me kabibia.
And only a liters. Kero needs
yes. Obi. Mistake. And Kufuado. And Yatia Gracia. Near the Gulan team, you know. And a crazy boy Edin Petrol. And you're here defending this economy. What is the future of our country now? Obi, the only thing Ghana for him say, Obetina Kunyasono. Obetina Kunyasono. Obi, one say in their first term, no. I said, once I'm a Macau studio, and I do Ghana for treating is a king into an amana to me any day. Into o criticizing also, oh, you're jobless. Only you my intina Casacasa. Mobile mo first term, or we ministers, a quadrophone 120. You can't chroma. Say Ghana, your my benya. Sa extra large ministers no dey mobile. Nanya quadrophone. Look at what they have done to your mind. Lazy guys. Meba Obi meba. Oko senator. Oko chief executive. No oko ibe 4 deputy directors. We spoke about it. Obi kokoko board. We deputy directors in Kwambe 5. Meba Obi meba ko NPA. Na unim ni nyina de na yeme ya. Obi ni nyina unim de na yeme ya. A great ministry. Ye do have perennial crop. Do have vegetables. And then per the report to be an American is here. Ye crap paid tomatoes $99.5 million at the free Burkina. Wabra na your minister of so. Do have Katia. So you did all these things to the economy. And today you are telling us, Meba Obi, you are telling the suffering Ghanaian. Masa, Kasabena Moke.
Nana, omo deputy ministers are shredding so.
Nkatie. Ntos. No one some catch us omo pe we are the brofo. What I conclude listen no. So me dem anusi form no. Obi me fa manusi. Me dem anusi form no. Policy rate increment na ba no. E kire say okọ bank ne. Na okọje besia, o ya ankra. Interest rate na utua no. E be den. E be kosoro. Nti say nipa na okọbo besia, e de abi adwuma, mabebu na nya bia ye no. Nisika semonye at the same time abayasian pager interest rate nti besia no de nko obeje no kro ntimi ye den enye nti enwuma no so na egu anka omo beko banks akope bosia no aban so asia twa okona uduru ho asia kwajewo. So this robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Eric Ajay in Kano. Somebody just sent me a link to a story and I think about capital flight repatriation of TNCs, Nigeria's bold step. Emirates Airlines on Thursday said it will suspend its flight operations to Nigeria from September 1st, 2022. The flag carrier of the UAE disclosed this in a statement, blaming its decision on the inability to repatriate its earnings in foreign exchange from Nigeria. This is coming about 3 weeks after the airlines appealed to the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, to support the repatriation of its revenue said to be $85 million. Nigeria is facing a forex exchange crisis, and this has also affected the nation's local currency, Naira, to depreciate against the dollar. You see a bold, immediate, BBC in the Bank of Ghana. Yes. But of course, I know, sir, I was saying, I'm in the loss.
Yeah. Ghana banker said, United Airlines and repatriate your music.
Yes. in W, they will not repatriate its earnings in foreign exchange from Nigeria.
Yeah, but that's a United repatriating Sika.
Yeah.
It cannot be any currency than the dollar.
But
that's the point. That's the import of the
message.
No,
but the point is, so we share GIPC law. Now share Free Zones Act. The percentage you more
GIPC when you figure grant one. Yeah. On some one message be can 2015. Maybe I can.
It is office.
Office be our I know.
Eric Tobo. And the share Osha percentage or more whole coins so much may repatriate here. I want to say the law says you should find a Ghanaian bank. But and they be mo the go bag mo bo mo for fly 5 km. We need something.
Mining companies. Yeah. So omo the gold in the kwa. Emrane say omo the kwa. Eso omo repatriate 80% of Sikana gold no omo the kwa and omo the back. But the catch is they give them 30 days. It's a long time. No, so these are some of the things that you bet me I reduce to that 30 days. No,
yes.
So
yeah.
Send a bear Sikana be
yes.
So I can agree.
Oh
yeah, now New York stock market. That kind of money no more in a
day. So anyway,
on the solutions, 5 minutes.
Media, if you said, and I think
what's the solution?
That's now you didn't come out.
Ideas. Solution. Who
solution? I saw you jobless.
But I think but whatever it is, we still need to.
I think we are jobless.
Anyway, we need to still, it's a try. Otherwise, you lament the problem. Now I'm what do you think can be done? And not just say,
now we say it's not so Tom Ford and
propaganda studio.
Propaganda general. Propaganda in chief. Mami ma de na me come asem na we dey enjire hwe. The first thing is that we need to have a national dialogue. And let me say one CSU I make such suggestion.
Yeah, IFS.
Look, Obi. Nyansa de sebi about economics dia nyansa de enu obi baku for trim.
O dey na ma ba omi o. And na mo problem.
Obi is a solid economist, but nyansa ni nyina cannot be in his head.
But metimi ama tape na na do say nyansa ni na ba omi.
Minti da.
Mensa ni ma obi na.
Me de minti da. But the other issue is
Legon Bawaleshi. Time omo the final rally for the by-election in Iowa West Togo. And Nana o introduced by me and Oka say Nyankopon ache no.
O se nyansan.
Okay bibi. Nyankopon ache na adwen something.
Which is true say Nyankopon ache na adwen there say
it's
not untrue.
Eric J.
So see Nyankopon ache na adwen, which is true. I mean, he's a fine brain. It's just unfortunately say events, are not that pleasant these days. The economics so principles. Any you might be in your car in the past, no, they were not lies, but it's just that events nan saying but in Prempino, I don't blame the vice president because finance minister look, nipa na odi akodu pempenswe oti ho no me ba yes sorry anezio vice president he's the head of economic management in Chile says sebi na adwin nyina no mo fa o. Have you ever heard him speak about e-levy?
Who?
The vice president.
No.
No. And it's also because in principle I like to believe that he's against that principle. And he stands by it. And no original. But finance minister, I'm for Boga and Yeswan Oko ye. Papa Nasut e-levy ehun sunsanso. Nanso da sutio. Or see young common pies or media, I think the finance minister has underperformed. You see, in good times, so person who said, with your bond number, try the person in crisis situation. In good times, yes, where you can man Ministry of Finance. In good times, because they are technocrats. But your metal will be tested when times get hard.
That's also technocrat. No, I know my fear.
You see, said the thing is at the end of the day, the minister likes to assume, which and rightly so say, responsibility in Yinano, he is supposed to be providing direction as far as policy is concerned. Nti say credit no ba ojifa o, but blame no ba na ya pian ko hye obi fufuro enkanka the vice president because he's unfortunate to be the economist and he's unfortunate to be the head of the economic management team. But you know him say no one be wa me sure say he speaks against some of them. But a babontin ya bontin no na say because he's the head of the management economic management team and also an economist and in the past he's discussed issues of economics, given principles and as if on na this one akobon na papa na all my year breno not ho. And for the life of me I can't understand why we still have Ken Ofori as a finance minister. Me dream who am in Tiasia.
What do you want?
Masa on number no that suit
you are jobless.
I concede. Onka say if you say I'm jobless for saying say papa no number I have no issue. Because she or a DNA say your finance minister is strong. Like what is unique about his tenure? Near na why yeah bet you can say oh this is innovative. And I can tell you from Bauredu to Dufo and all other past finance ministers. You could say these were novelty introduced here. Then you
e-levy.
Oh, Ukasa papa no benwa anka ukra he would head back to you because say too more until we hear me rough. Because e-levy no the buy no what are the outcomes? Receipts have gone down. Meboa. They projected say e-levy this much beba. Forgetting say those receipts are dependent on volumes of transactions. And Timwaya must say volumes are covered. And people have found a way to avoid that tax. And you and you come cram me like me who say because of e-levy, you go and cancel road tolls. I said, what kind of finance minister?
You go and suspend road tolls.
You see, wait, suspend
or suspend a law.
The law has been suspended.
Suspend is one word. What can 2 words? Wait, Uzi wa home so. That's about 2 words. Wa home and so. Those are 2 words. Wait, and how I for the mintida say because you are introducing one tax instrument. And your strong is so potent, say you are comfortable to cancel another. Minti that. And which part of the world na your highways are yenji tolls also? Uko US are more regular highways and they have the tolled ones. Omumpo. They have the tolled highways and the regular highways.
Is that not why in the media statement Doka said new roads are more by PPP?
Oh, those ones new roads. I'm talking about near was here. Say no na I who to one and agent.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about new roads. And to begin with, we need to have a national conversation. Secondly, finance minister, times have shown say on Shadam one number. In good times, you would not see the weaknesses, the iniquities, the inadequacies. Na you who na mampenye. I'm sure even people within the MPP have made such calls. Say number no on born ye. Nanka, it is in his interest to take a back seat. I don't envy whoever is going to replace him anyways. Because sebi but nonetheless, who would come with some freshness and who might even be receptive to newer ideas.
Some have raised the issue of timing because the country is preparing to enter a phase where we're going to negotiate with the IMF on a program. And this time, the new person coming. You've not heard people raise that argument before?
No, or can't like he's the one leading us to that.
Once he is finance minister, he will lead us.
He's the one taking, I just say he will lead us. He's the one taking us there. Ultimately, sir, going to IMF, no.
You don't think the timing
it's a function of fiscal crisis.
For a new person to come now.
No, there won't be any issue. When you say government and our governance is a continuum. It is an office he occupies. The office of the finance minister. Before he came, and yet why IMF extended credit facility. And even asked for extension. Ultimately, by no starting negotiations. Until it's neither here nor there. Until I've mentioned having a national dialogue. Obia, politicians, CSOs, academics.
But who would replace him?
Why?
Who comes to mind?
I'm not in a position to make a suggestion.
Who comes to mind readily?
Mika am Fantiminka.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Oh, me will be as if I have the power to say so.
No, but who knows?
Masa.
Who knows? Maybe the president is also okay. I think that's a smart one out.
Masa, Jakane Nyaiti.
Why?
Yeah.
Mark Esibe Yeboah.
With the pressure,
Former
Yes,
MP for
Mami,
New Job in South. Okay.
Me, I mean, making suggestion, but there are some few names I know. Say Omuba and Omuba
And you are not confident to put their names.
It's not about confidence. Now, Masa, the Chrome had any confidence. How they can know? Say, and I don't want to create the impression. Say, oh, you know, you are rooting for one candidate.
Yeah.
But my view is that there has to be a replacement and some freshness in the finance ministry.
Okay.
The other issue is say you per se bua we no. Already you've mentioned the point about now we can say
on Nigeria the end
exactly.
repatriation. Yeah.
We need to review as soon as practicable some of our investment laws.
GIPC free zones.
The laws governing the repatriation of profit regimes, you know, we need to review them quickly because these are not normal times. When we say in the 70s,
but it will not come easy because then there would be a pushback.
By
the TNCs.
Look, Ghana is the safest hub for investment in the sub-region. You see, look, free zones. In the 70s and 80s, you know, way into the early 90s, our investment laws were such that, and we share your mining laws, no, they are just a classical example.
Yeah.
They were couched and fashioned in such a way, say, you better attracting more investors. Because at that time, in Ghana, we had gone through cruise, counter cruise, and now,
Yeah.
but since people are competing to invest in Ghana because of stability and other incentives.
Yeah.
Until since we are in a good position to review some of our laws now. You passed a long time ago, no. And can near Emma ye breno. I mean, you introduce investment laws. Send a bear obebuah. Says ye laws ye Emma ye breno.
Say to.
What you say? Uko free zone says ye. Look, if I were in a position to advise, we should scrap it. The free zones arrangement, the entire thing is a scam now. Investors in the bar, they register the company. They are entitled to tax holidays for 10 years.
10 years, yes.
In the 9th year, they file for liquidation. In the 10th year, they come up with another company give it a new name.
Yeah.
Then they start they start enjoying another dispensation of free taxes and tax holidays. At the end of the year, and the law say export 70%
and sell 30% on the local market.
Who say, what percentage do they export? If we had some companies, enclave now, the free zones enclaves, the companies that are supposedly working in those enclaves,
yes.
If they were exporting the way Anka Forex,
that's where you are getting it wrong. When they export, the same investment laws, because you are exporting and why the NSA will say cannibal back into the economy.
Yes.
But the same laws, because it has to kind of from the export, sign for. That's the point we are talking about.
I'm just making the point, say, look, so
it is not
has
really
to be
about
until we review the repatriation regime.
Yes.
Now you review free zones in some look. Quite near Yedima Crawford to come and set up under free zones. Let's use rather that to empower local individuals and our enterprises.
But local enterprises can take advantage of free zones.
Call enclave on and count the number of Ghanaians owning businesses. And yes, Lebanese and Chinese and Indians.
Okay.
Ultimately, and the other bit, when we on fuel, when him say, says here another year, now Kofi spoke about imported inflation. Imported inflation is when there is an increase in inflation in a particular country until goods and services cost now cost low. It increases domestic prices too. Says here, cost of fuel are cost low. Until in other countries where we import refined products,
yes,
you know, cost now cost low. The bar na so cost na fi trot and all other prices cost low. Russia is giving us a way out. I just had information say. The individuals working on trade at the Russian embassy. Almost see, there be no. This is very important information. Why? Yani India, which economy no so. They are buying discounted crude from Russia. Almost see, Russia has offered Ghana, and this is official and public information. They've offered Ghana 45% discount.
Hey, I think.
Yes, and I'm not
on what?
On crude.
Crude.
Yes.
As in raw crude.
Raw crude.
Not refined.
Well, I need to check that. But Nipanika fuel, I need to be sure.
Okay.
Say 45%. And they are willing to have Cedi ruble transaction.
Really?
Yes, and then the letter came, I think, 2 days ago to them to their mission here in Ghana. We must take full advantage of this offer.
That's why we won't 30 seconds in.
Now
you have to jump on.
You see this.
But
you see, it depends about people's commitments with other countries. You see, this is global politics.
Yeah, global geopolitics.
But media, when in fact, you know, when I had a stint with the thing I ever catch on is said countries are driven by national interest.
Yes.
This concept of realism that every country is driven by the national interest. Every country be a new war or that is not driven by or national interest.
Yes.
And in this situation, we must choose between our loyalty to another country and loyalty to our own citizens and our own welfare. And on that occasion, media, my suggestion would be, let's go for the national interest and take advantage of that opportunity by the Russians.
Media Kofi, now the baby. 2 minutes.
Mama take 10 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, ko baby, in the 2 minutes. Oh, that baby. And yes, I man kasa you know what kasa.
Unim baby. I take. O kasa nyina na me hwe o. Aja me no epani. Na de ade ya wo wi ase pa na wo pese utu obi fo na nipa no na so eden. Wo betu fo onye den. Omfa. That is about when the problem in no. Obi metese na oye honorable Richard Champion interview bi.
Yeah.
Obi sansem ya KKD beka ya a trend here. For how long nana mo pese moti Ghana for? I don't go near to force na ka me boa. Inti ene Ekosiisen.
That
is the issue. Inti abai no enema ahodo a na economists ahodo kan. Te say they think kind economists dey adwene ni ba akofo timu. Inti obi kan bi na ya na nka wati. But abai we yentu ne fo. Na no ada mo studio ha obi oni o man hene tena ha. Dresser for say dey bia mo kan ho asem. Mampani kwa powers na opekwan reply mo. Den o kan kire mo. Wa momudin bio but otie. One na soafo no. O say asoafo we no na etim A no one alternative bia. Enti ya ye complain NDC for the person destabilizing aban. Ye kan bia. And the ordinary citizen no only interested in Ghana politics na. Osusu senkanse san ye be bo ano. Mampani se oni adwuma ye enti na okasasa. Enya won because ye create job amount. Amene wabusuamfo nyina obi a wa aban. Always I say Oshade Sri Lanka ayi. Enye wan say we o musika free aye na ehwe. And the same crop of leaders now mo collapse o economy no mo branches so na Ghana. One family, the same family so na dey. So now Mampeni Akufo-Addo dey ope bia wonye utunofo a wontie because obi time a the first 4 years na oye niema bubububu aye kan kroma no. Oka kire say adwuma ne so. Okay, then I think oyi na appointees in the ministers no. Oyi minister ba kwa ni CV be 10 pages. Na wa kan some afa no ho a we na ye de ne be energy sector ye. Na de ukọ. Na wa yiwe. Sanya mani nyina Ghana for spoke a lot, Mampeni. Ka ye born 1 minister ho. E betimi recruit nkwala be 100. Ya boss me obetua obia 700 Ghana cedis. Obi who doesn't know. We said all these things also on tiase. The obeya no obeye. And Ekosiisen.
Okay.
So Obi ja okay no. Ebiem. Se Mampeni Akufo-Addo Ghana for kana obitia. 1. kwan of us with this can want so because almost this can rough na enche bia na menu penny na black baby am penny be to kwan bia na track no obi u kai those days at the time na onam a o chata wi mu hia na eka utimi ko 1 hour na charge obe $20,000 ni abe complain ni aka kire say na ye man mfa ba kono no nkonko a lot of issues na mo can in the system and a reality ni na aka kire up no and those there no they may know better than many obi but I didn't say nipa no se de obeye na obeye den obeye me no TSC aye kan me boy sibe ye boy di asibe wo mra shebe dwafi no finance committee ona na chairman right
okay
asema obeka ne na no ada ba IMF also on the no waka ne da so they should go omanko asibesi appointment aban dia mankofo a deputy directors obobo me TV no me hwe ni din this man and whatever he said right on one end this new obi those are the petty things and na me no ka say anse me nua ne kasa o Cocoa boss indicated loan no ba e be show up kakra ho ha beba obi etikrום ha afi bi eje bisia na de to Cocoa ana me boa asad na wa me no kasa Cocoa rules unim kai de contractors unim kai wo Cocoa board in 2016 MCA raised 1.8 billion
Eric medase
obi so what we are saying is ye betimi raise sika bia de aba but until say ye the prudent measures begu ho say kwan we ne fa so adi esika no obi say ye the World Bank ebesi Ghana akufo ado begu no that is all
Kofi 5 minutes
yenra John Dramani Mahama the prudent measures go akwan we o ka kire say arenam no amanaka do pe you see 94.7 there na me bufu oh please let strategy no fire on ko ba bia o sheda kasa first say na be obe distracted me ni o person ye ni na my communication a check nti me mfa ma tenase hwe obi asema o kan no you see there na me bufu ni say enya nipa foforo no mo de ne ba wo who say o man who are the guts say yen to abama obi who say who guts yen to abama obi
relax and focus
no who say yen to abama obi
Eric me macho amanfo
propaganda no won't be nyo I am going to say what I will say o strategy na same send the bro say kasa first na me wi awa kasa no masa o boss send the bro jai na me kasa masa ti obi me nia kan say be about tax okay cash and carry okay cash and carry na me ya akra me kai pa say obi ko hospital a say nipa ni bibi nti no yen kase yen hwew na president ko forecast yen fa national health insurance mra
1971 hospital fees
and o cast yen fa mra so cash and carry obi the point I am making to you is the point
your friend is Eric no Eric Cedi me know your friend respect listeners
sure obi the tie ne say time a Ghana for call ahohihia mu enye saa mre no na Akufo Addo ko ka kire omo say me boa wontitwia ho ka obi sabi yeti hen se waba na me ho mfame a na me wa ahohihia mu a na wo moa obetimi aboa me age me nkwa saa mre no na abeka kire se Kofi me boa wo na obetwia sei na wunya sei mame a mentimi moa the time Ghanaians were in difficult times no enye saa time na Akufo Addo beka kire omo say ye ma unsuo ye ma electricity na mejo tax when twia nabi. You have to provide the help Ghanaians need. Sabi obi wa hu hiyam samra na okaka kire nse mejo tax. It flies in the face of logic. Atosu mienu. Mi nia ka ensem fa niema bebre ho but in any case, oka businessman bi ho asem. Obi ni ho a oye business a sabi okwa hu hiyam mu a eyefe. Enti ye nyina no ye be hye nuane nkran se onya abotre mrepam no niema besesa. Because so yeah, Juma now we seek assembly Sunday. Of course, very difficult, and we understand it. But me dear, I reshimuka kra me want to say, and nay, at least can you see so? Obi me buy munso generator, mu studio, mu company ha, and a mu journalist ba kuka say, and one say for the first time, Ghana kwa hu hi mu na electricity esiso. It's at least
minua na okwa ahoyehia monya kanea de ye na adwuma obi Nigeria omutu petrol kro munya bi nto so nimsa enso ne Ghana yenya petrol to aduane ho nkwatwe ye nyina yenya bidi ne boa ye din ye gitum enti de ye kan say Ghana fo nya abotre and Nigeria almighty Nigeria no say almost the 5% tax aba on talk and data talk tax and data tax 5%. The aban sire nyina ne se ye gitum se ahokyera ba ye gitum se ohaw aba de esa aban ye bia ye beye enu ntina wo hwe dwumadi a Dr. Baumia de aba ye gold purchase program aban ne se ye to gold in Cedi ni akwa amano ne akoton obi sa policy no immediate but it has long term so because sa aban ne ya okoton immediately say na obenya sika no de aba abeboa buying it from the legitimate sources, purchasing it to make sure say you see the no benya hoden nti obi Ghana fo nya abotre ye ne Ghana fo ya adwen se niam mu ayeden ye ne Ghana ni bia ni achinye ba Ghana fo nya abotre President Akufo-Addo shebo say economy ni de se tete pansa mu mpo a na me ye ya dom a ye betimi e de aba hwebe ye hwe ni mu say next week ye nsa beka Afrexim sikano 750 million se ba dollar na ehun ayedin no sa pressure no eso beti nyame ya adom a October ye hwe ni mu say $1 billion ebeba for the cocoa syndicated loan nyame ya adom a ye hwe ni mu say hwebe afin kwa wie na ye duru ye nim bebre e wo IMF sikasem ho sensem ho ti Ghana fo nya abotrema Akufo-Addo ene na ban Ghana fo nya abotrema Dr. Baumia bibia ni ho a okan ya na ye ntro but we find ourselves in extreme situations ye nuanom bi na omo mpese omo beji atum say yes Ghana find ourselves in extreme situation enti yes omo betimi adi Dr. Baumia ho fel omo betimi adi President Akufo-Addo ho fel but in due time Ghana fo be hu se eniema esesa se ne be ya ye nyina ho to aye hwehwe no ye nsa beka obi medase
Kofi Tonto any attending can government spokesperson Ekosiisen so ni